Did you know all continents were once one giant landmass? Not just once, but again and again. Earth's land doesn't just sit still. It moves, crashes, and even reunites. Let's uncover how many times our world has come together and where it's headed next. And hey, if you like exploring the world around you, make sure to subscribe. Earth is about 4.5 billion years old, and ever since continents formed, they've been in motion. Why? Well, because the outer shell of Earth, called the lithosphere, is broken into massive puzzle pieces called tectonic plates. These plates float on the semi-fluid layer beneath called the asthenosphere, and over millions of years they shift. Sometimes they collide, sometimes pull apart, and sometimes they all merge into one. A supercontinent is when most or all of Earth's land masses combine into a single, massive land. This process is part of the Supercontinent Cycle, a natural rhythm where continents merge every 400 to 600 million years, and then break apart again over time. Scientists believe this has happened at least 6 to 7 times in Earth's history. Let's meet Earth's ancient megacontinents. First, Valbara about 3.3 billion years ago, possibly the first supercontinent, though there's very little direct evidence, and it existed during the Archean Eon. Then there's Ur, around 3 billion years ago, which was one of the earliest stable land masses and formed before much of today's continents even existed. Next, Kenaland, about 2.7 billion years ago, which broke apart during intense volcanic and tectonic activity. After that, Columbia, also called Nunna, around 1.6 to 1.8 billion years ago, which formed in the Proterozoic Eon, and evidence for it is found across ancient rocks in India, Canada, and Siberia. Rodinia, about 1.1 billion years ago, came together before the supercontinent Pangaea and may have triggered a global ice age by changing ocean currents. Then there's Pangaea, roughly 600 million years ago, a short-lived supercontinent at the end of the Proterozoic Eon, which fragmented into several large landmasses that would later form parts of Gondwana and Laurentia. And finally, Pangaea, about 335 to 175 million years ago, is probably the most well-known supercontinent. It existed during the late Paleozoic and early Mesozoic era and was home to early reptiles, insects, and forests. So after Pangaea broke apart, it actually split into 2 huge landmasses: Laurasia, which included North America, Europe, and Asia without India, and Gondwana, which had South America, Africa, India, Australia, and Antarctica. This breakup, basically shaped the map of the world as we see it today. As these continents drifted away from each other, the Atlantic Ocean formed. India, interestingly, collided with Asia, and that's what created the mighty Himalayas. Oh, and Australia. It's been moving northward ever since, and believe it or not, it's still drifting even today. Yes, actually. And, scientists already have names for it. Depending on how the tectonic plates move, we might see something like Pangaea Proxima, where the continents reunite near the spot where Pangaea once existed. Or maybe Amasia, where the Americas and Asia come together to form a new giant in the northern hemisphere. There's also Novopangaea, which could happen if the Pacific Ocean closes, bringing Asia and the Americas together. And finally, Orica, which is a more balanced reassembly of land masses around the equator. So, when will all this happen? Well, it's estimated to be in the next 200 to 250 million years. So, yeah, don't hold your breath just yet. So why does any of this matter? Well, supercontinents actually shape everything, from climate, with shifting winds, ocean currents, and global temperatures, to evolution, creating new habitats and sometimes causing mass extinctions. They also affect resources like where we find minerals, fossil fuels, or groundwater. And of course, our future survival, as rising seas and changing landscapes become a real challenge. Understanding these cycles honestly helps us predict Earth's long-term future and figure out how to adapt to shifting climates and resources. Here's something cool to think about. You're literally standing on a continent that's on the move. Right now, India is pushing into Asia, the Atlantic Ocean is getting wider, and the Pacific is slowly shrinking. The map of Earth you see today? It's really just a temporary snapshot. Millions of years from now, it'll look completely different. And that's just wild to imagine. If that blew your mind even a little bit, hit subscribe because honestly, we're just scratching the surface of Earth's massive moving history. Up next, we're diving into how Antarctica was once a forest. And who knows, it might be again someday.